Well, if he was murdered, and if what Burke says is true, there are two people who stand to gain by his death. You and Roger Collins.
And I guess our little sooty-faced David here is going to solve the crime. It was Roger with the pipe wrench in the library. I'm Joel Sharpton, one half of the Articulate Coven, and this is my watch and reaction to the original supernatural soap opera, Dark Shadows. We are all the way up to Dark Shadows episode 58 right now, and I am excited about where we are headed. The question, of course, is, will we find out who killed Bill Malloy, or if in fact anybody killed him at all? All right, let's get into this one. And I do want to remind you before we start that episode 59 is also going to be up today wherever you're watching this. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can already get episode 60, 61, 62 over at our Patreon, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. And we're almost up to our 50th paid patron. So thanks to everybody who's already supported us. And if you're in a position to do so, we welcome you to do it.
Yet the long shadows of fear do reach out, touching others, darkening their hearts with growing tension.
Will our bartender here ever get his own line? So far, the poor guy is only an extra, but they have used the same extra quite a few times, I'm fairly certain. So maybe he'll eventually get to speak.
Bill Malloy dies, and they close a cannery in his memory. A gesture. Well, son, soon there'll be more things than that closed.
Well, that's an ominous cold open. What's your plan here, Sam? Okay, so we are headed towards dinner at Sam and Maggie's house with Victoria. I don't think that's this episode. I think that'll be next episode. First of all, that would be all of our actors because we've also got Joe here. Well, no, I guess we'd have one more slot. David studying the tides. All right, there's 4 of our actors. My guess is we're going to get Elizabeth as well. We got Carolyn, we got David, we've got Joe and Sam.
All I want to know is where he was, the exact spot.
What else would you like to know, David? Whether his eyes were open or closed, how he was dressed?
No, none of that matters. Only the exact spot where he floated to shore.
That's a cold answer, kid. Yeah, I don't believe that he does know that he's disgusting, but he often is. He's not being very sympathetic here.
But I have lots of friends here.
You? Friends?
Sure. Out on Widow's Hill. And in all the rooms that are closed off. They're all my friends, Carolyn. Who knows? Maybe even Mr. Malloy will come back.
All right, David. That's enough.
Well, he will. Unless someone can find out what happened to him.
Ooh, man. David's doing an excellent job here. This kid, I'm genuinely, I bash on the character a lot because the character of David is insane. But the actor, for his age especially, really should be applauded. Like, he does some fairly impressive things here.
I think I'm going to order you another beer anyway.
There's our 5th. The sheriff's in town. Good. The sheriff has not spoken to Sam yet.
Well, go on then. Get something out of the day.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks for the beer, Mr. Evans. So long, Sheriff.
So long, son. Enjoy yourself. He's a nice boy.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, now just you and me.
No thematic transition there, but I love the way the sheriff is approaching this. It's funny. We watched Bill Malloy effectively use this. He just leaned on Sam until he folded him and got the information that led to his own demise. I wonder if the sheriff's going to fare any better.
What you're doing, it's morbid. Can't you see that?
No, because I don't know what that means. There's someone at the door.
Joe made it up that hill quick, huh?
Joe!
David, I tell you what, you take it to your father. I'm sure he can help you.
Rip it up, because he'd be scared.
Come on.
Did the show make me agree with David?
Malloy set that meeting up because he wanted to prove that Burke was innocent of that crime, and he wanted you there because he knew you could help do it.
That's nonsense. Absolute utter nonsense.
Just sit down.
Now, why should Malloy say
I
that?
asked you to sit down, didn't I?
Sam might not make it to dinner tonight with Victoria and Maggie, huh? Okay. I mean, obviously the sheriff could just be playing the angles here, right? Just like he was playing hardball with Burke, even though we were like, I don't think he thinks Burke's a suspect exactly, but still, he's playing Sam just right, honestly. I'm here for it.
You think I killed him? Well, I didn't. I had nothing to do with it.
I didn't say anything about murder, Sam. I just asked you where you were.
No, but that's what you're thinking, isn't it?
Well, if he was murdered, and if what Burke says is true, there are two people who stand to gain by his death. You and Roger Collins.
And I guess our little city-faced David here is going to solve the crime. It was Roger with the pipe wrench in the library. Man, I thought he was going to throw those in the fire for a second.
You want to see my father, don't you?
Yes. How did you know that?
It's about Mr. Malloy, isn't it?
Well, is your father here?
Yes. I'll go tell him you're here.
That's a good conclusion. I'm very glad we got one more episode before we're done this week. So we do have one more episode. We'll be watching episode 59 in just a few minutes, wherever you're watching this. If you're watching these on YouTube, don't forget that you can get 60, 61, 62 over at our Patreon, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. Not only Dark Shadows, but also all of our coverage of the works and worlds of Anne Rice, as well as our spinoff show, Flan Again, where we talk about the works of Mike Flanagan. We'll be back in just a minute with episode 59.